Rose, listen to me. Listen. Winning that ticket was the best thing that ever happened to me. It brought me to you, and I'm thankful, Rose. I'm thankful. You must do me this honor. Promise me you will survive, that you will never give up, no matter what happens, no matter how hopeless. Promise me now, and never let go of that promise.
I promise.
Now move over on that goddamn door. Nando, what's up, buddy? Welcome to Journey to the Middle.
What's happening?
Dude, you gotta look at the camera, man.
I know, this time I actually have to pay attention.
So I forget what episode we're on, but I got to tell you guys, we're on take two of this episode.
Yeah.
Because I went to go. We recorded this all once already, and unfortunately, the audio came out pretty terrible. There was like a clipping noise, and I messed around with it for a while, and I couldn't get it good enough to put it out.
And so, I didn't screw it up this time, surprisingly.
And Nando was like, well, that's pretty good, because I think I sounded pretty dumb in the last episode.
I think I did sound pretty dumb.
So he's pretty excited about this. So you got to let him see your face, bud. You got to sit up a little bit. There you go. Yeah. So we're going to finally get something on YouTube with some video, because I'm currently putting up episodes on YouTube right now. I got episode 9, and episode 10 is ready to be put up. I just got to upload it. And so here we are. You can see our faces now.
I know. We look great.
And I just want to point out, I'm waiting for baseball season right now. Got my White Sox hat on. My buddy Nando over there, he's got a special hat on.
Can you see my balls?
Balls. It should be well known that it's actually a Dragon Ball Z.
It is Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So, in the last time we did this, I talked about my trip that I want to take to the Bourbon Trail, and hopefully I could still do that, because the reason why we're doing this from different places right now is because we're all kind of quarantined. We're in Illinois here, yep. And we got the lockdown, right?
Can't go out.
You can't go out unless you're essential.
Well, we are essential.
We're essential.
We have to go to work.
Oh, we're essential. So we get to go to work while everybody stays home.
Yeah. It's great.
But we're in different places here. We're doing the pod, and yeah, man, this is pretty cool. It's kind of weird, like, looking at you right now.
Well, it's different. I mean, because the way that you set it up, we're still like 6 feet away, because I think you wanted to self-quarantine away from me anyway.
That is true, yeah. I want some distance from you when we're actually in the same room recording.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I was going to tell you about this. I asked my kids, like, hey, can you make me a background so that when I'm doing the video, I got something behind me back here, it's like this Journey to the Middle and like some pictures or something. And I texted them today to do that, and they're like, oh, well, we've been painting for like 2 hours already, so no.
They didn't want to do it.
They didn't want to do it. So maybe next time. I don't know.
Yeah. You get to see some of my well, these aren't actually mine. These are Jacqueline's posters behind me.
Yeah, dude. Like, thanks for Jacqueline for helping you out, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's like the Ghost in the Shell background, and I got some of my stuff over here on the left.
Is that the Scarlett Johansson Ghost in the Shell?
Oh, shh! Don't say that.
No, I said that for a reason, because I wanted a reaction.
Oh no!
Anyways, the Bourbon Trail, my trip.
Yeah.
So I got a text at Maker's Mark. So I see. I got to explain all this again. I just feel weird.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. So Maker's Mark has an app in which you can put your name on a barrel, and you put your name on a barrel, and when it comes to maturity, they send you an email and say, hey, your barrel's ready, and you can go there. You take the tour. They give you like this golden ticket, and at the end of the tour, they're like, hey, who has a golden ticket? And you'd be like, hey, I got a golden ticket. And so then you can actually go buy bourbon out of your barrel, which has your name on it, and put the wax top on it and everything. And the cool thing is you get to take that home, and it's yours.
Unfortunately, you said you were going to have some with me, right?
What's that?
You were going to share some with me. That's what I remember.
That's going to be my bottle. That's my bottle.
Come on!
Out of my bourbon barrel. So anyways, I got a text that Maker's Mark is closed right now because of this. Yeah. So I'm hoping we can still go. It's not till May, middle of May, so hopefully everything will open back up, and We
Yeah,
can go and drink and have a good time. We're going to go to the Louisville Slugger factory where they make the bats. We're going to go do some other distilleries, and we're going to do like a cocktail making class. And so I'm hoping my trip can still happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's later on in May, so you should be fine. Hopefully.
I hope so.
I know Jacqueline and I were talking about we were supposed to go to Vegas next week.
Next week, yeah. I don't think you're going to make that trip,
No,
bud.
and they even after we canceled everything, they even emailed us and said, "Hey, by the way, like you guys aren't going." We're like, we know.
Really?
Like, we already
I'm pretty sure Vegas is just shut down.
Yeah, which sucks, because like I love going to the casinos and like obviously the restaurants phenomenal out there too.
Well, a buddy of mine texted me, I think like last week or something, or like right before we shut down. He's like, "Hey, Vegas flights are $39 right now." I'm like, "Well, yeah, no one wants to go."
Yeah, because if you go and then you're stuck out there, then you're quarantined in Vegas.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you want to check into this hotel with all these people?" No, we're not doing that.
Yes.
Oh, you froze.
Yeah, you did too. Hang on.
We're all right. We're all right. We had a lot of trouble getting this podcast started too because like it didn't want to work. We couldn't hear each other.
It took like half an hour at least.
What's that? Yeah, at least.
Just to get us.
We tried an app on our phones and it was like no, because it wasn't recording anything. So by the way, I hope this all does record and save okay when we're done.
If not, oh well.
If not, oh well. There's no episode 17. We're just gonna. That didn't happen.
Pass.
So, do you want to kick us off, bud?
Me? Sure.
All right, you kick us off. Let's hear what you got.
If I remember correctly, you did not like my first pick because it wasn't an original like song, like an original album. I'm still going with it though. Like I'm still gonna throw it out there.
I didn't change anything. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right.
Like doesn't matter. All right.
Do it. Let me bash you.
Yeah.
I get to bash you for the same thing.
I know.
Good. Let's do it.
The movie that I picked was Wayne's World, and then obviously Bohemian Rhapsody was the song that I picked for that movie.
Oh, yes.
And you were like, that wasn't original because they played it beforehand. And
it was a song that was not original to the movie.
Right.
And I would say the movie brought the song back. I don't know if I made that point for you last time.
I don't think you did, but
yeah,
but I think you're right.
Because when people hear people who saw that movie in a certain generation basically will hear that song and be like, "Oh yeah, dan, 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 dan," I mean,
basically what they did in the car.
Yeah, what the scene from the car.
Yeah.
And I remember the guy in the back, because you remember that was like when they picked that one guy up and he was like hammered.
Yeah.
And he was in the back of the car.
They're
doing that like Galileo part, and he's like they're like Galileo, and he's like Galileo, like. And then he's like looking like he's starting to throw up.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Let me go."
I'm like, "Oh, please let him go."
If you're gonna spew
yeah.
This.
So I did write some cool little facts about it.
Okay.
It was
your cool little facts.
Yeah. Released on Valentine's Day of 1992. Not the song, the movie.
Right.
And in the box office, it was 183.1 million with a budget of 20 million.
Nice. So, I think it did well.
Yeah. I also wanted to mention, obviously, like it wasn't just a soundtrack by Queen. There was a lot of artists on there.
Yes.
Including Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What's the song name that we couldn't pronounce?
Right, the one we couldn't pronounce. Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton. So there was a lot of obviously good music on there, including the own little Wayne's World. What was it, like a 6-second intro song that they had?
Wayne's World Party Time. Yeah. I think, yeah. There was I think there was an extended version of that too, and it was like just Mike Myers just kind of basically yelling stuff out,
just random stuff.
He's like, "When we're walking down the street," or something like that, and they're just the same melody and everything.
That makes sense.
Any other tidbits on your Bohemian Rhapsody?
That's all I had.
Okay, well, I will. I bashed you before. I don't know if I could do it again. It's not an original song.
It's not.
It's not an original song, which was not the assignment.
I looked at my messages. It said.
Yeah. F. I love the song. I do like the pick because it's iconic to that movie.
It's a really good song. Too.
So it's fine. Well, I let it pass the first time. I'll let it pass again. I don't have
Yeah.
much choice. He's not
Wait a
gonna.
minute. No, can't do it.
He's not gonna do more homework to do this same episode. So
No. You're lucky you got what you got with this one.
yes. So I'm gonna jump into mine. 1983, Holiday Road by Lindsey Buckingham from National Lampoon's Vacation. Now, I don't think you knew this song.
I did not.
So you could go to the Journey to the Middle playlist on Spotify, and it's on there. I added all the songs already.
I was going to say, did you already do them? That's pretty cool.
I did add them.
Okay.
You know, and I've been looking into playing songs on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of researching it. Maybe someone out there has a little bit more knowledge on the copyright and usage of stuff on podcasts, and we've been just avoiding it for that reason.
It's so we don't get that.
But we're not for profit, so maybe we can play it. I'm still looking into it.
Okay.
But check out Journey to the Middle playlist. I've added all the songs already. Bohemian Rhapsody did get added.
Boom!
So it's on there. And Holiday Road by Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac. Peaked at number 82. And you know what? Here's the great thing about doing this episode over. I forgot to say this last time. The 2013 unofficial victory song of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, that's right.
Now you were like, "Oh, isn't it the Chelsea Dagger song?"
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think that was like the first time they won the cup. Mm-hmm. So wasn't that 2010? I'm not a hockey fan.
They won like 3 times in like 6 years or something.
Something like that, yes. But it was the 2013 official Blackhawks song. So catchy tune. If you like the National Lampoon stuff, which I love, the vacation, the Christmas vacation. They got a Europe one. They got a Vegas one. They're not all that great, but
I think last time I admitted too that I'd only watched the Christmas Vacation a couple years ago. Like that was the first time that I watched.
Like the first time we watched that one every year.
Yeah,
tradition.
I've only seen it like twice.
And as my kids get older, like they're like, "Oh, Dad, do we have to?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we fucking have to watch this movie every Christmas."
And see, and I'm at the point where I've only seen it twice, so I'm like, "Yeah, we'll throw it on. It'll be fine."
Yeah. And there is like a kind of a reboot of sorts of the National Lampoon's Vacation with Ed Helms. I believe it's Ed Helms, which is actually really funny. I don't know if it's so much a classic as the other ones, but it's pretty funny. I want to say it's Christina Applegate plays his wife. I could be wrong on that. That could be a fun fact for next week. But check it out.
Yeah, or no, you're going to look it up. I'm not going to look it up.
You're not going to look it up? You have a laptop in front of you this time.
I do have, but you know what?
Declan
set it up so I can't use it. I don't even know what's going on here.
So here's the great thing about the laptop situation. We were planning on recording another couple episodes. I got the room all set up and everything, and I put an old laptop that I fixed up for him.
Yep.
Well, I didn't fix it up for him. I already had it fixed up. But it's this old-ass laptop that I got for him to look stuff up. And you know how I was talking about having the monitor over on the side so everybody could see what the one computer is doing?
Yeah.
Done.
Wow. But we're quarantined now, so
we're quarantined and he can't come and use it. Man.
Shit.
All right, man. So hit me up with your best shot.
Boom. All right. So I remember last time I had to redo mine on the fly, and I think I did pretty good. I have a little bit more information on it this time. But I'm gonna throw in the story that I had also. I have 4 nieces and 1 nephew. So when this movie came out, in original soundtrack, I only had 2 nieces and 1 nephew, and they kind of did like this little like a little performance, like a little theater thing for us. So I had my nephew and my nieces. They were kind of like waiting for their songs to come up. And, each one would do like their own part. But the cool thing was like, and this will give away what it is. When Olaf's songs came up, my nephew was doing like all of the songs, and then obviously when Elsa's part came up, yeah, I can see it in the background. Yeah, when Elsa's song, came up, like obviously then both of my nieces started singing, Let It Go. I gotta tell you, man, it was the cutest thing ever to watch him sing this. Because obviously they're like, I think at this point they're like 5, maybe like 3 and 5 years old. So they're fairly young, but they did an amazing job, singing the song by Idina Menzel. I could say it, not like
Adele Dazeem.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what John Travolta actually said. I'm like, how
how
did he say her name?
like something crazy.
Adele Dazeem.
And like we're looking
And
at
just
it.
like, that's the name.
That's her name. That's what's written on the paper. Let's bring her up here. So obviously, Let It Go, in Frozen, and and it was a great song. Obviously, like that was she won awards for for it coming on there. I want to see which award she won.
Best singer, best song from a movie, probably.
Best everything.
Best. Here, take them all. While you're looking, because you didn't write it down. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before. Maybe it was just on the last episode that I'm remembering, the one that didn't get recorded or is that Kristen Stewart is like a huge fan of hers. Kristen Bell, wrong name. Kristen Bell is a huge fan of hers because they worked together on Frozen, obviously. And she was getting like her star. Kristen Bell was getting her star on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
And I almost said her name wrong. Dina Menzel. Now I'm screwing it up. I screwed myself up.
Oh, John Travolta.
The woman who sang the song introduced Kristen Bell beforehand, and during Kristen's speech, she turned to her and be like, like how you make people feel when you sing, right? Just amazing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like her deal. It was Kristen's deal, and she paused for the moment to say that to her. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I found she won both the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 2014 and Grammy Award for Best Song Written for a Visual Media.
Oh, very nice.
So,
you were saying that the performance, I meant to jump in. You were saying that the performance was cute.
Yeah, it was.
Was it good?
You know what? It actually was pretty good.
Liar.
No, I'm not.
They listened to the pod. It was great.
I'm gonna ask my sister because I'm pretty sure that she recorded it. And you got to remember, these are kids, like 5 and 3 years old, and they memorized
we lied to them.
The entire movie,
Yeah.
from start to finish. I could probably give you like a recap.
Well, they got the sing-alongs.
Well, yeah.
You could go to the theater and there's like a sing-along deal with the whole thing. There's Frozen 2 is doing the same thing.
And I still haven't watched it yet.
Dude, all this stuff is coming out now. Do you got an Amazon stick or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can rent it on Amazon right now, even though it's still in theaters.
Did you hear Jacqueline?
I heard something. I don't know what I heard, but I heard
All
something.
I heard was, God damn it.
But yeah, a lot of the movies that are in theaters, like I know A Quiet Place 2 is doing the same thing, and the new Trolls. So when it hits theater, they're just going to put it out to stream.
Wow.
Because everyone's quarantined and everything. So
yeah.
Frozen 2 is already out. I know Disney's just going to put all their movies out onto Disney Plus.
I would say like they have like a little package on that. So
yeah, so you could go watch it tonight.
Well,
but you could watch Get Out first.
No. I know you sold me on it. Like I have to watch it, and I'm like, I
told you. What did I tell you? Next time I see you, I want to know that you watched it.
This does not count.
This does not count. Yeah, I can see you. You're right there. Yeah. All right, bud. All right, so I'm going to jump into my next one. So it was a 2002 movie called 8 Mile. Do you remember the movie 8 Mile?
I do remember the movie 8 Mile.
Movie with 8 Mile. Eminem, the song "Lose Yourself," and spent 12 weeks, 12 weeks at number one. Which one of the things I thought was really interesting, that it was his third best-selling song behind "Love the Way You Lie" and "Not Afraid," which is crazy because like how many Eminem songs are there out there that are just spectacular? Number one,
they're really good. Yeah, and I remember watching the movie. It was actually like the rap battles were awesome.
The rap battles, they were awesome. You know what I was doing? I was just looking at my phone to look up the lyrics like I did last time, and I realized something.
What?
We'll do it after I finish this.
Oh no. Are we gonna do the rap battle here?
No, we're not gonna do a rap battle. We're not gonna do a rap battle, but I forgot something in the intro. I gotta find it too.
Oh, I know you forgot.
I forgot the ad. I forgot the ad.
Like, did you forget this?
I did forget that totally. So we'll get to that. I'm gonna finish this and then we'll do it.
Well, you know what? This will be
And then I'm gonna get yelled at by our sponsor for not doing it in the beginning.
because you could do it at the end, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you do the sponsor at the beginning.
We can do it at the end. We can do it at the end, and hopefully I don't forget it.
I'll be like, Matt.
Yeah. All right. So anywho, Academy Award for Best Original Song, because it was an original song for a movie.
Right. That was the assignment.
Yeah, it wasn't like something that was written before the movie. It was actually written during the filming of the movie. Eminem was like seen by everybody just like over the corner, and he was just writing the song as they were recording or filming the movie. So it wasn't even like ready to go when the movie was started. So
and that's really cool, just to have like, you know what, I'm gonna go in with an idea, I'm gonna start writing it, and that's movies like it's going, and he's like, oh, I'll just finish it, on the fly, and it's a great freaking song.
Well, like they kind of show his writing process a little bit in the film itself, where he's kind of writing stuff down as it comes to him. He'll like stop and start writing stuff, and like the guy. I mean, the rap battles and stuff. He's the kind of guy who can just do it off the top of his head. He doesn't need to really write things down. He memorizes them. Like Jay-Z talks about, like he's like, I never write anything down. I have all my songs memorized, and even stuff like that I just came up with. And it's insane.
Yeah, I can't do that.
The Grammys just were on 2 months ago, was it? January, something like that, February. So even though he won those awards 17 years ago, he didn't perform at the Grammys. And this past year he did finally, 17 years later, after he won them, he did finally perform Lose Yourself on the Grammys. A lot of people said that it was like he was against the Grammys and then that's why he didn't want to perform. But he contradicts that and says, no, that's not really why. So
he didn't actually just say like, oh, I didn't want to go, right? Like there wasn't like a real explanation. He just, hey, I know they said that, but whatever.
Basically, I mean, he's like, yeah, that's what everybody thinks. The reason why I didn't go to the Grammys is because I was against it, against the awards and all that. He's like, that's not really why. I don't know. I mean, 17 years, maybe he just changed his mind and just didn't want to sound like that asshole,
Well, shit, it's almost 20 years later.
Yeah, well, I mean, 17, yeah. I mean, and it could have something to do with this. He just dropped a new album right around that same time. Yeah. So it could have something to do with that. It's like, well, I want to get on TV. I want to perform, have people see me. Because his last couple of albums haven't done well. I probably since like Not Afraid came out or something after that, shortly after that he really, he just kind of dropped off. And he even talks about it in I think it was not this album now, but the one before, like everyone thought I was done and everything. And well, this album kind of sucks too, but the new one's pretty good. Check out Godzilla with Juice WRLD. It's a pretty kick-ass song. Most of the songs I listened to it through when it came out, and most of the songs on there are pretty good. I don't know if there's a comeback in the works or not, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes over.
Yeah, maybe I can jump in, helping out with some raps.
You got something? You gonna rap for us right now? You're gonna rap about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, but I can't sing with the shit, man.
I like to think I can, but
I know that I can't. Like,
you can't.
I know that I cannot. Is it my turn?
It's your turn, sure.
Sweet. I don't remember if you were happy, excited about this one or not, but I picked like an orchestra, like a symphony one.
Okay. I was trying to remember what it was. I remember now. Which is added to the playlist.
It is?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's on Spotify, man, so I can put it on.
So it's the Imperial March by John Williams, and it came on, as Empire Strikes Back. It came out in 1980, premiered 3 weeks before the film did in, I don't remember when it was, but that's pretty cool, though. I mean, 3 weeks before it came out. And I think everybody kind of knows it as Vader's theme.
Right. I think, well, isn't that in like parentheses?
Right, Vader's theme.
Yeah.
So he performed it with London Symphony Orchestra, and one of the cool things that I wrote down was that it took 18 sessions over a period of 3 days in December and 6 days in January to record.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it won Grammy Award for Best Score Soundtrack for visual media. So and it's cool that you got it, on Spotify already. They throw a lot of like little throwbacks in the prequels,
Mhm.
kind of like, hey, like little bits and pieces of it alluding to
Right.
the Vader thing, but it doesn't actually like come into fruition until Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. And two, on top of that, John Williams, I mean, if you don't know who he is, he's pretty famous in this realm.
Yeah.
Like awards upon awards. And it's not just Star Wars. I mean, I couldn't name all the stuff he's done, but he's done a lot of different movies. There's probably a lot of themes that you've heard that you're like, that's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Huge in the industry. I mean, I think most people know Randy Newman. That's a more familiar name.
Right.
But he's probably like won more awards than Randy Newman.
All the Toy Stories, that's where I know him from.
Yeah. You've got a friend in me.
Right. There you go. Yes.
A little tune for you. Yeah, so yeah, the pick is cool. I mean, there's no words,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe throw in a little, I mean, Eminem, get on that, somebody get on that and, write me a Darth Vader rap.
That would be awesome.
Over an orchestra. Maybe that's the next thing. Metallica did that album with the orchestra, right? Yeah. Somebody from rap's got to write some rap over an orchestra.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get Chance to do something, somebody.
Chance? My man Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
He's the guy to do it. Let me tell you. That's the guy. So Star Wars Imperial March, pretty cool, man.
Yes.
I
did have some honorable mentions. Boop, boop. Honorable mentions.
Do you want to do your honorable mentions? I got one more song.
Oh, then you go first.
All right.
I'll pick them in afterwards then.
Okay. So let's see here. I was looking for the movie name. It was like 3 lines down. Do the Right Thing. A Spike Lee joint.
Oh, geez.
Public Enemy, 1989. Fight the Power.
Fight the Power.
I'm on video, so you can see all my hand movement.
I know. Like, finally, everybody knows what I'm looking at.
Yeah. This is not just for the video. This is how I.
Yep.
My hands are down here a little bit, so you can't see all of them. But
oh, wait, hang on. This is me normal.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're like crouched, like, and then I gotta keep going. Nando, closer to the mic.
Get to the mic.
Too close.
Yep.
So yeah, Chuck D, Flavor Flav, Terminator X, Public Enemy. So Chuck D, the story is he wrote most of this while flying on tour over Italy, not during coronavirus. So he wrote most of it on tour in an airplane, which is crazy enough.
Yeah.
And he really had a vision for the song. He wanted to be like Isley Brothers' version of Fight the Power. Spike Lee kind of came to Chuck D. He's like, this is the type of song I want, and really just from the beginning, just like, it's Chuck D's voice, Chuck D's cadence. He's like, this is perfect for him. And so that's kind of how the song came about for the movie. I got to flip my page.
Are you going to say, are you going to give us some of those lyrics right here?
Fight the Power lyrics?
Yeah.
I could look them up. I'm not going to rap them for you.
I
already gave you a little song.
Yeah, you did.
The last time we did this episode, I didn't rap, but I gave you the lyrics to the beginning of the Eminem song with the mom spaghetti.
Yeah, I know, because that's where I got confused, and I'm like, nobody listened to me. I've been drinking.
Well, and honestly, too, when I listen back to it, I'm like, oh, man, I want to cut that out.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, you were explaining it to me, and, like, it wasn't making any sense. And I'm like, dude, it's 2 different songs. And you're like, no, it really isn't. And I'm like,
I remember that now. You're like, no, like, were you thinking, like, Lose Yourself was the movie and 8 Mile was a different movie or something?
What I thought was, like, the beginning part where he's talking was one song. And then for whatever reason,
right. Yeah, because there's the part where he talks in the beginning.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, there's 2 totally different songs. What are you talking about? That's not what happened.
So some of the lyrics are fight the power, fight the power, fight the power. She says fight the power a lot.
Fight the power.
I'll give you a little bit. I'm looking at it right now. So 1989, the number, Another Summer. I kind of feel like doing the rap. Like
Yeah,
doing
man, go for it.
1989, the number, Another Summer. Sound of the funky drummer. Music hitting your heart because you know you got soul. That's it. I started
All right.
getting funny. Hopefully
Hey, that's
that
better
sounds
than I
good.
can
I
do.
don't gotta cut myself out.
You're like, I'm gonna edit out everything that just happened right there.
You do.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna jump back into my tidbits.
All right.
So it contains only 2 instruments. One of the instruments is Terminator X. He's the DJ for Public Enemy. He's doing a lot of scratching and everything. If you consider turntables an instrument, I believe you agreed. I think
I did agree with that
yes,
one. Yeah,
yes.
I do.
The other instrument is Branford Marsalis on the saxophone, which was kind of mind blowing to me because if like you don't know who Branford Marsalis is, he is from The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and he was like the band leader of the Johnny Carson show. And that's the only like avenue I knew of him until many years later when I found out that he was like basically just a hugely popular jazz musician, super successful. And this is like during the Carson show and after. And then when I was going through all my notes and researching the song, I'm like, Branford Marsalis on a Public Enemy track? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, and I was curious, I'm like, so what does Branford Marsalis think about Public Enemy? And he actually said that he's like, they don't present themselves as like they're these big time, like real musicians. They know what they do. They are good at what they do. And bottom line, I mean, that's what makes them good. So pretty cool. Right. Let's see. The Rock Hall gave them recognition, said that they are one of the 500 songs, one of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. Chuck D also said this is probably the most important song they have ever done, considering the movie that it was in and the message of the song. And Spike Lee and Public Enemy also collabed on another movie called He Got Game with Ray Allen.
Oh, that's good.
Sorry, I'm getting weird. Which He Got Game is a pretty awesome movie too, and the song is same as the movie. It's called He Got Game as well. That's a really cool song too. So check that out.
I think I watched it.
What's that?
I think I did watch that one actually.
Yeah, it was. His name was Jesus Shuttlesworth in the movie. Ray Allen's character. It was a basketball movie. It's a pretty cool movie. It's check it out. Last thing, Bare Naked Ladies has also covered this song on the Coneheads soundtrack.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you said
that. It's a weird cover. I listened to it, and it's a little weird. But something to check out. I'm not putting that one on the playlist, though.
You're like, I don't want this garbage.
No. Put the Public Enemy one on the playlist. We're good. So you got some honorable mentions over there for me.
So the first one, and I remember you like vetoed it. You're like, I don't want it on here.
Oh, okay.
But
I remember nothing of the last episode other than like bits and pieces.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like a veto, like I don't want it, but it was like I'm glad you went with like an original song, because this one actually wasn't an original song either.
Okay, hit me.
It was A Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Who?
What is love?
Hadaway?
Hadaway, yeah.
Hadaway, yeah. What is love?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I think the reason that I picked it was, or that you said that you're glad that I didn't pick it, was because it would have had like 2 skits from SNL, because that Wayne's World came from it.
Right.
And then so did
so
did A Night at the Roxbury. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't go with it. But the soundtrack was awesome, I think, from it too. I don't think it had any. Yeah, I didn't have like from like the 90s.
I only remember that one song from Night at the Roxbury. The Wayne's World soundtrack is pretty good because to jump back a little bit, Tia Carrere did sing some of those songs that were on there. Mm-hmm. So it's actually her singing. I don't believe all of them, but she does have a song credit on a few of them.
Yeah. but like I said, I mean that's I mean from going back to the '90s, I think for the music choices that they had, Rod Stewart, La Bouche, I think
La,
it got.
La Bouche. I got a story about La Bouche.
Do you?
I do actually. It's a weird story. So when La Bouche was like super popular, they were coming to the mall that's in Schaumburg, right? The Woodfield Mall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's go check it out. You know, they were going to like perform or like do a free performance and everything. And so this was like high school, right? And like one of my buddies was just 16 and we had never like gone that far before. So we got in the car, we drove, and like he's like, "Oh, I know how to get there."
No.
Did not know how to get there. We passed so many toll booths getting there and back that we ran out of change.
Oh no.
Now, mind you, when we got there, no one knew anything about La Bouche being there. We
It
were
was
like,
like
"Huh."
they weren't even like mentioned like, hey, we're gonna be
They're like,
headlining.
"No, we didn't hear anything about them performing here. Nope." Oh. We're like, "Oh." So we turned around. So we were like ran out of change getting home, and on the last toll booth, it was still manned by people at this time,
Yeah.
and they're like, "All right, well, you got to send 40 cents in." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And they took down like my buddy's license plate and everything, and so then we like literally had to mail 40 cents into the Illinois tollway.
Like a check for 40 cents.
I think we sent the change. I don't
Really?
remember. It
Wow.
might have been a check for 40 cents, but like yeah, we actually paid it.
Oh my
They had
god.
his license plate, otherwise it would be a fine, you know.
Yeah, because I think it's like every fine you don't pay is like $20 plus
Well,
the
it's more now because like if you get like I have an iPass, right? So
yeah, I
I
mean,
can just go through the tolls. If you go through one of those, like 3 months later, you're gonna get a fine and a bill for like $200
oh shit.
because like I I had like gotten a new car and I didn't put it in right away, and I ended up getting one of those. And I had to call them, and be like, I have an iPass,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh well, what's your iPass number? Gave them my iPass number. They're like, all right. So
And you're
like,
like,
I'm like, I'm not paying $250 to like,
hell no. For something that costs 75 cents?
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, my my others this was a quick honorable mention. I only wrote down like two things for it. Only because I'm a huge nerd. And it's from Lord of the Rings, Into the West, because it
oh,
actually won in Return of the King. It actually won. Oh, what did it win? Hang on, I closed down the tab, but it ended up winning a couple of awards for it too.
really?
In 2004, it won Academy Award for Best Original Song and Grammy Award for Best Song Written for Visual Media. So, like, it was kind of like, do I pick the Lord of the Rings one or do I pick the Star Wars one?
Yeah.
And I went with Star Wars because I'm like, Star Wars means a little bit more to me.
Yeah. Probably a better pick. Interesting. I must
Yeah.
have tuned you out last time. I don't remember you talking about that one at all.
I don't think I did. I think I
Okay.
wrote it down and I was like, I've been drinking a little too much today, so I'm just gonna put my head down slowly.
Fair. That's
I
fair
think that's what happened.
enough. Interestingly enough, so I had the idea one time to like I was day off work. I'm like, this was a long time ago. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna get up early and watch all the Lord of the Rings all the way through.
Did you?
I did.
Oh wow.
So I got up early because I'm like, well, I don't want to end this at like 9 o'clock at night or anything because they're 3 hours a piece. I
Well,
think a couple of them are longer.
yeah, the non-extended versions are three and a half, and then the extended ones I think are like almost 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't the extended ones. So it was like 9 hours of movies. So I believe I got up at like 7, like made breakfast, and then like I paused to like eat, and I forget whatever time I finished, but I watched all three of them all the way through. Or are
Wow.
they four? 3 or 4?
There's three of them, and then if you included the Hobbit, you would have had
Yeah.
the fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think The Hobbit was out at the time because that came out after the 3, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So did that once. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I was really into the Lord of the Rings back then. I loved those movies. They were great.
Oh, I still am. Like, I think for every Christmas, like that's kind of like our tradition is to watch
All
Lord
of
of
them?
the. She kind of just came in.
She yelling at you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, good. So, yeah. So not bad picks. Not bad. I didn't bash you as much as I did the first time around.
I know, because you were kind of like already expecting. You're like, man, Nando set the bar really low here.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I can do it again to this guy, man. I don't want to hurt his feelings some more, about the same thing.
Right.
Right. So let's jump into it, bud. I got to talk about Luna E Soul Boutique.
Yes.
Individually handcrafted bows. Each one is made from quality faux leather. Several bow designs available to fit everyone's style.
So
Nando's throwing them to you.
Yeah, I got the first and second one. Those are the two that I have, and maybe there's a present on the way. I don't know if maybe somebody ordered some Baby Yoda stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, maybe. Wait,
Yeah.
A present for yourself?
Not well, maybe a present for me. It could be a present for you. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited about it. But I did bring up her page, because we were talking about music stuff. And she's got, I don't know if a lot of people know, Selena was a singer that, she was murdered, I think, 20 years ago and whatnot. But Luna Soul Boutique actually has little Selena dolls,
Nice.
in the bows. And she also has Frida minis.
Yeah.
For those artistic people. So she's got a lot of cool new designs. I'm sure she's working on other stuff. So definitely check them out.
Yeah, I'm very aware of Selena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a fan over here. So very cool, man. Thank you for putting them up on the screen for me.
Yes.
It's awesome. I like that we could show them off that way. Let's see what else. So check us out, journeytothemiddle@gmail.com. You can email us, give us some comments, rates, reviews, show suggestions. Hi, Jacqueline's arm.
Hi, Jacqueline's arm. She saved me because the laptop was dying.
Oh, okay. What else? You can email us and tell us how much Nando's picks suck.
I was gonna say like our last week's one, where like Chris is like, "Hold on, we're done with this."
Yeah, because I believe I mentioned this too. I'm loving the fact that everybody rags on you like I like to do.
Yeah, they're calling me out on my bullshit.
Up on it.
What the hell?
So that's awesome. So check us out on Facebook, and what else we got? We are available on Apple Podcasts. We are available on Google Play. We are available on Pocket Cast. We are available on Spotify. We're all over the place for your listening pleasure.
Yes.
And the other thing I got to tell you guys about, like I think I mentioned in the beginning, we are slowly getting episodes up on YouTube. This guy right here is going to be up on YouTube, so you can check us out there. And tell your friends. Right, Nando?
Tell all of your friends. That way they can make fun of me.
Yep. And comment on the size of his balls.
I thought you were going to say beard, but yeah, balls too.
Beard, your little Santa beard you got kind of going there.
Yeah, I may have to shave. But no one's open, so I'm going to have to do it myself, and I don't know if I want to.
Oh, God forbid you do something.
I know, right?
All right, so say goodbye to the people, Nando.
Bye, people.
All right. We'll see you guys next time on Journey to the Middle. That's Nando. I'm Matt. Peace.